Church of the Sacred Heart, Hell's Kitchen. There's a formal clerical process to leaving the priesthood, explaining your request to the church, seeking your bishop's permission. I'm ashamed to say I've skipped it all. That's par for the course though. My time in seminary, my ordination, the free hand I've been granted in running Sitniks. All of it feels as if it's happened in some sort of fuzzily recalled vacuum. And that's part of the problem. Community with the church is part and parcel of the priesthood. But other than my friendship with Javi, I've been an island unto myself. I'm a lost sheep, not a shepherd. So I've finally decided to stop pretending. But while there's a formal process for laicization, there's no real ceremony. The best I can come up with is kneeling here apologizing to God. Father, I've failed you. I've been slothful in my duty, envious of those around me, gluttonous in my appetites. I've lusted for blood and flesh. And in my greed, even as you've granted me a second chance at life, I've demanded more. You've opened my eyes enough to know that all isn't lost for me, to understand that you won't forsake me, no matter how far I've fallen. But to be worthy of that grace, I need to be more honest. And the honest truth is, I feel like I've been playing dress-up these past months. The collar hasn't kept me from wreaking violence. It hasn't kept me from betraying friends. It hasn't changed the way I feel when I'm near Elektra. I'm unequal to the task you've set me. I know that I'll have to answer for that when my time comes, but while I'm still in this fallen world, I won't lie to you any longer. I won't pretend to be a man of God, but I vow to you that I'll still serve you. As your devil. I swing by St. Nicholas, the youth home I'm supposed to be running. As far as the kids in Javi know, I've gone missing. Monster that I am, I've let them think that, from across the street. I listen in just enough to check that Father Javi and the kids are physically safe. Javi's already got workmen repairing the door. The devil broke down hunting for me. The man knows how to call in neighborhood favors. I thank God that Ashley, Panilo, and Chloe have him to look after them when I've failed them so miserably. God demands honesty at some point. I will return here and tell them the truth, that I'm no holy man, that I've failed them. But first, I have to make things right. I've been searching for Jason, another of St. Nick's foster kids, for days. He ran away after accidentally learning I'm Daredevil, the vigilante he holds responsible for his father's death. And now it seems he's been taken by one of the devils who escaped hell to hunt me. Been taken by one of. And I'm so useless. I found nothing on these streets. Well, not nothing exactly. The heat. The gang of murderous ex-cops who have Hell's Kitchen by the throat, or rather, had a few days ago, I exorcised a devil from the Kingpin. The power behind the heat, and showed him God's light. Now his former followers are roaming the streets of Hell's Kitchen like rabid dogs. Isn't pawnshop robbery. A little small time for the heat at this point? No way Fisk ordered this.
No, there ain't heat no more, genius. Kingpin disbanded the whole fucking outfit.
When all Bible Thumper ditched us.
Now he's MIA and we're ass out.
A gangland power vacuum, another unintended consequence of my prideful actions. In a better world, Fisk's spiritual awakening would be a good thing, but this is Hell's Kitchen. The Heat's operation is massive without Fisk's big fist holding it together. It'll fracture into a half-dozen gangs vying for control. And the streets will bleed because of it. Soon after, blocks away, another night of failing to find Jason, but my body's about to collapse from fatigue, so I have no choice but to stumble home. Or what passes for it tonight, Hotel Delay, the only place I can afford. 15. One of the very, very last non-chain, cash-friendly flop houses in Midtown Manhattan. It attracts exactly the clientele you'd expect. But it's not dangerous. The folks here are scavengers, not predators. A couple of them know Father Matt from the neighborhood, and barely listen as I try to tell them that title no longer applies. Hotel Delay isn't the worst place on earth or even in New York City. The church-going clerk thinks I'm still a priest, so he gives me the biggest, cleanest room they've got. The real problem is that it's lonely. That is, until I'm woken by a familiar heartbeat. And the scent of Jasmine Electra. You finally came. I missed you so much.
Don't touch me.
What?
And I needed that touch. You left me alone. Now you feel lonely, and I'm supposed to just forget that.
Electra, I was wrong.
And what if you're wrong again tomorrow? What if God speaks to you and tells you to leave me again? I can't trust you. Not about this.
You're absolutely right, and I'm sorry.
I'm here to talk about the boy, Matthew. Jason.
Did you find something? I knew you'd—
Slow down. I put an excellent private investigator on the job. The sort of veteran who still wears a suit and tie and carries big, glossy photos. But now I can't reach him. Matt, I know how to track people down, better than you do. It's a huge part of what I used to do for a living. And all my searching has turned up nothing but a rumor.
better than what I've got, which is zilch. Tell me please.
People are saying there's a monster stalking the streets, claws and fangs and all. But a lot of the chatter's spooky ghost stories and urban legends that can be traced back to tabloids. And there's a real monster out there, masquerading real wolf in sheep's clothing in the wind.
You're saying we should focus on Fisk.
No, I'm saying I will be focused on finding Fisk. There is no longer a we, Matthew. It took everything I had to face that. Now it's your turn.
After a half night's sleep in a lumpy hotel bed, I'm up at dawn, sore and cranky. And instead of Jason, I find a bunch of murderers who are even crankier.
You heat bastards had your day. Now it's time for the Maggia to remind you who owns New York.
Ah, help!
Fuck me, it's Daredevil.
Don't look so scared. I'm here to save your worthless hide.
Wait, seriously?
They're getting away.
So stop 'em.
Too late.
Damn right, you do.
Guess I owe you one, huh, Hornhead?
You can start by telling me if you've seen this boy, and I'll know if you're lying.
Nah, never seen him.
What about a devil? Besides myself and my female counterpart, I mean the boy's caretaker kept saying that a monster took him.
A monster on the streets, huh? Now that I've heard some yammering about. But honestly, it all sounds like fairy tales to me.